how does a design changes from when we talk about an EV charger in Norway to Nagpur?
Norway to Nagpur.
Yeah.
Wow. Quite a few actually, Priyadarshi. One obviously is the temperature, right? Norway, we are talking about maybe minus 25 to plus 25.
Yes.
In India, the range is much bigger, maybe minus 25 to plus 60.
Yeah. We're getting the heats.
You're not just getting into, so there's a lot of variations.
Variation,
So
yeah.
there is
There's a negative
Himachals and the
temperature.
Ladaks of the world,
True.
and then there is
The desert
Nagpur
areas.
of the world as well. I don't know if I incidentally happened to grow up in Nagpur.
Wow.
So I know exactly how hot it can be. So sometimes it can very easily touch 50s, right?
Yes.
So summers are pretty dreadful there. So, and closer to the asphalt, the temperature can be as high as 55, right? 55, 60. So building for that kind of a temperature range, that is one difference. Second, I believe, is dust.
Okay.
Norway, it's a country which is in the Arctic Circle kind of a level, right?
Almost.
Round the year, the ground is either frozen or it is too wet some extent. It does not have so much of sunshine that the soil is dried up and it is getting dusty. On the other hand, Indian plains are known to be dusty.
Yeah.
Right? The northern part of India, the Gangetic Plains, has been dusty for eternity, right? And it is still.
I can't believe how difficult it could be. Yeah.
So from that point of view, then the second angle becomes the dust. The third angle is the grid.
Okay.
So grid in India, I mean, with full respect to all the grid operators, it's not an easy thing to operate. It's not a simple thing to operate. And it does have its own set of fluctuations, right? Now, big devices like chargers, they have to be built for it. And all said and done, today in hinterlands, there is also an issue of availability, power availability. Not just the power quality part of it, but the power availability part of it.
Yeah.
So, for example, there is a charging session going on, and suddenly if the power goes off, what happens to the transaction? From a CPO point of view, do they lose that commercial value? Will that transaction be kind of lost in the black hole somewhere? So I think the charges here have to be built for that reality as well. To say that what are the grid conditions, what are the realities of the grid side as well. And finally, I think the behavior part, which is the consumer behavior, right? I've worn that hat also earlier, and I think I kind of gave that answer as well in one of the earlier sections. One of the important, very irritating problems which our CPO faces is the emergency stop button being pressed.
Yeah.
One of the reasons why many chargers don't work, or at least some time back, that was a major issue, is because the emergency button has been pushed and somebody now needs to go there physically and to reset the charger. Only then the charger will restart and start dispensing power. Otherwise, it will show as an unavailable charger. So if you and I are hunting for chargers in the vicinity and there are 90 chargers, and out of those 90 chargers, if people have pressed emergency button on any number of those, which would be anything between 1% to 90%.
Yeah.
Those chargers, even though they are perfectly fine, on the app, those will figure as unavailable.
But as a user, I can't push it back up.
You can,
No.
but then
But
you will have to
won't
go
know.
there. You will have to go there to put it on, right?
Okay, I won't know
on the app
basically.
itself, you will see that the charger is unavailable. So from a CPO and from a customer point of view, from a customer point of view, for sure, I don't know what's the reason it is not working.
Okay.
It could be anything,
Got it.
right?
Yeah.
It's under repair. It's under maintenance.
Yeah.
Right? So it's not working. So from that angle, I think, and that's not something that you would typically see in emergency stop button, something which is, I would not say is there in many countries or in every country, and how it is getting used, because at least in the initial phase when the users are also new, many times instead of stopping the session on the app, people used to stop using the stop. Emergency stop, and it just got halted, right? And
Yeah.
the charger is now off the grid or off the network for apparent no reason, when it is actually quite healthy and fine, but it's off. So that's a behavioral thing. Now, how do you overcome this with technology? This is a physical button. Can you introduce interventions with which you can reset it? But if you reset it, then you might be kind of bypassing the basic mechanism why it was put in first place
Yeah.
of emergency.
Somebody might have actually done that for an emergency.
Reason for an emergency, right? So I think those kind of unique, I would not say issues, but unique situations or environments exist in India for which the hardware has to be contextualized, and which may not kind of work in, you cannot just copy paste from Norway to Nagpur.